Welcome back, folks, to Full Throttle here on the Heavy Bass channel. Last time we got ourselves into an accident, Maureen saved us here, and now we get to look at this picture, which is going to provide some context for a location later on. This essentially is called Uncle Pete's Mink Ranch. That is her uncle, Pete, who passed away. But basically the place still belongs to Maureen. She goes back there once in a while. But we could take a look at the picture again with the emotional picture. We can try and put the lips to it, doesn't work, and we couldn't kick it, so we're gonna get out of the building.
Oh good, you're not dead yet. I might still get a quote.
I heard you saved my life.
Yeah, but don't worry. I wasn't trying to. I was just looking for some nice roadside disaster photos and you helped.
Who'd want a picture of me bleeding?
It's not the blood. It's the way you were, all twisted up like a pretzel.
Listen, I've got to stop an ambush.
Ambush? Really? Where?
I don't know exactly. My crew is escorting some VIPs to the Corley Motors shareholders meeting, and there's an ambush waiting for them somewhere up the road.
Yeah?
This is hard for me. I need...
Come on, man, spit it out.
Could you give me a ride in your car? I've got to stop this ambush.
You're right. We have to get to the ambush, all right. But I'm afraid I'm without wheels at the moment.
How did you get us here?
Hitched.
Well, I'd better be going.
All right, drive safe now.
So you're telling me that she hitchhiked all the way back there? I highly doubt it, but if we leave the screen... Huh. That's exactly what I figured. The car is small, but that's exactly what happened.
Thanks for the lift.
Of course, that's exactly what Ben says sarcastically. But, unfortunately, we are stuck in Melonweed for a bit. Melonweed's not exactly a big town. The very first thing we need to do is go to this building here, because we need to go inside this building in order to get that stuff. But, as you probably saw down there, we find out who stole the torch. Because if we can get the welding torch back first,
putting my lips on that.
Then it's going to provide instant gratification for the other two that we need to get. Reminder: we need to get Maureen's welding torch back, but we also need to get some forks for the bike, and we also need some fuel because we also ran out. So basically, it's three things. So, in order for this to make things a little bit easier on ourselves, we have to hit that. But more importantly, we need to basically talk to the person behind the door. Doesn't really tell us much, but he's actually the owner of the junkyard, and the junkyard is where we get the forks. So this is where he lives.
I'm trying to do my
and he's basically doing abstract art that involves a blowtorch.
This is important.
Yeah, as it turns out, not much quality that asserts itself in the future, as you can probably see. It's somewhere, I'm guessing it's somewhere in the Midwest, but anyway. We can basically keep talking through the door. This does technically lead to an achievement down the way, but more or less that if we can pretty much keep talking to them. But it also means that, you know, he can try and report us to the police, but since we know he stole Maureen's welding torch.
I'll glaze your ugly puss with my welding torch.
I don't think so. He keeps denying it, but of course, you can keep talking to him for so long that basically he's gonna get absolutely pissed off. Or rather, he'll get glued to one place the most. I think the hint pretty much tells you straight up is that, you know...
Can I use your phone?
You can keep going. This probably does lead to an achievement to, you know... in the
Nice try.
remaster version. If you want to keep doing that
What do
one,
I have to do to
So-
get rid of you?
keep doing this more or less. But
Why, you want
eventually,
Let me in.
Give
I'm gonna get really pissed
Get
off
a
because
Quick.
you know
The whole trailer's on fire.
Hit the road.
it does that one. But
Hey! I'm trying to do my art in here, buddy.
just keeps repeating and keeps
Who's
repeating,
out
keeps
Hi.
repeating.
I'm from Mobile Manor Magazine.
Get your greasy, oily, leather-wearing car.
Really? You're gonna keep insulting me like that? But eventually, you know,
Maybe they'll pick you up.
you gotta take the trash out, as he said. Fuck you too.
Folks are disfigured or dead, but sugar, I won't let it go to my head.
This view defines true.
Well, basically, we had to allow of anger to vent out by kicking the door down.
Looks
Gives
like
us
a
too many
cabinet
things.
meeting.
Well, this is Todd. He's actually owner of the junkyard, and we've knocked him out. His cabin's not the
It's a lot.
greatest ever, but that's given
I'm
a
not putting
standard,
my lips
you
on
know,
that. No.
to a lot of things, really. Well, first of all, we get a lockpick. This comes very much in handy later on. So we pick the lockpick up. That's going to be very useful to us, and we can also do the nice thing by shutting it down. But there's also another reason why we're also here. You can pretty much tell how crap the you know, how terrible the cabins of the caravans of the future are. It doesn't have a very big
I'm
fridge.
not putting my lips on that. No.
We could try and kick it, but we're also going to need to open it up. But we're also going to need to grab pretty much, you know,
No.
this is actually a bit of meat
I'm not
that we
putting
need
my
to pick
lips
up,
on that.
because it's also related to another thing in the future. But pick the meat up, essentially. Come on, you can do it, like so.
I hope he's not trying.
And we go into that. We can take the lift down to his art studio, which is completely terrifying, and basically he's basically some sort of a metal art worker that's been trying to get money, but I'm guessing there's not much money in the future because it's like, you know,
I don't collect art.
the world's interesting because it's a world that basically is essentially futuristic if you believe in all that stuff.
When I was a kid.
I'm guessing wars were declared and stuff. Especially since that happened. Anyway, and he essentially, Ben just mentions he doesn't collect pretty much what happened to that one.
And I also don't collect.
And doesn't go further than that one.
Better hustle this back to Mo.
Tin Doggy?
I'm not putting my lips
He
on
mentions
that.
that
It's
for
not
later.
how you use
Doesn't
one
collect
of
it. But here, we have the very thing that we need.
That's my welding torch.
The very
How'd you get
torch
it?
that basically...
Oh, it was just lying around.
But if we take the torch,
Pair of
we take this
forks,
torch
little
back,
gas,
we get the very
you're
first
set.
thing that we need, which basically solves our first problems. No problem. So we have the first one of the 3 down, and we are fantastic. Which really works out to our favor. So, we got 1 of 3 things down, and that's the easiest one. But we gotta get some fuel and some forks. And then we'll be on our way again. So, till next time, folks, I will see you all in the near future. Bye for now.